Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku, and I'm here to talk about college anime. The other day, I decided to rewatch Bee and Puppycat, an animated web series by Cartoon Hangover. I originally watched it in high school when there were only 3 episodes, but forgot about Bee and Puppycat since the episodes would come out months and months apart. After watching it today as a 22-year-old with so much animation knowledge, I was really impressed. It was the first time I watched a cartoon that felt like it was made specifically for my age demographic. Western cartoons are only made for 4 demographics nowadays: toddlers, children, tweens, and adults above the age of 30. Of course, anyone can enjoy a cartoon that's geared towards another demographic, if done well. Family Guy isn't geared towards middle schoolers, but that didn't stop a 13-year-old Sloane from binging it way back when. But there's never really been a cartoon for people in their early 20s, which is who I am today. You could make a good argument that Regular Show is that cartoon for early 20-somethings, with Mordecai being an art school dropout, complicated relationships, and 80s references. But Regular Show came and completed its run on Cartoon Network, a station for cartoons geared towards tweens and teens. And director J.G. Quintel admitted that he was surprised with all the adults watching his show since it's pretty weird. With that information, for the purpose of this video, we'll say Regular Show doesn't hit the mark. So what makes Bee and Puppycat hit it? The web series is about Bee, a 22-year-old woman who can't seem to hold a job. She lives by herself but never went to college and doesn't seem to want to pursue anything. One day, an alien space creature named Puppycat falls on Bee's head. She decides to take care of the cat-like thing, and as thanks, Puppycat takes Bee to Tempbot, where they're assigned various odd jobs in other dimensions and get paid. Bee and Puppycat has this sort of life to it that only a 20 to 23-year-old can understand. Like Deckard, Bee's friend, neighbor, and crush, has a sister who does coding. His sister Cass is 22, and already has her life together, but Bee and Deckard don't. She'll casually mention that Deckard needs to go to college in order to pursue his dreams, but it's never in a nagging way like a mom in a kids cartoon. She'll still joke around with the others, but as someone their age who cares, she'll bring it up just to make sure they'll go on the best path. This doesn't mean that Bee and Puppycat is trying to say, "Hey you college dropout, get a well-paying job." It's simply showing us the different types of 22-year-olds. You have the one who's got it together, the one who has an idea on where to start, and the one who's just fine having part-time jobs. The latter one was me. Within the past 6 months, I've changed my perspective on life from Bee to Deckard, but I have plenty of friends who are like Cass. Top that off with mild language and violence certainly not suitable for Cartoon Network, and you've got yourself a show for someone like me. Then that got me thinking, where are all the anime meant for me? Now, of course, I relate to all kinds of anime, from shonen to seinen, but it would be nice to see an anime about the struggles of a young adult. Well, maybe that's the wrong term, as young adult is often associated with teenagers and that booming YA novel adaptation era in the 2000 teens. So instead, we'll just call it college anime for lack of a better term. It doesn't have to take place in college, but it should have relatable situations for someone in their early 20s to latch onto. Let's think about what we have so far. The seinen and josei demographic are geared towards 19-year-olds and up. That's a very large group of people with so many different experiences in life. Think about it. I, as a 22-year-old, cannot relate to someone in their 30s. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy an anime that's meant for someone so much older than me, but that does mean I'll only be able to understand things on a surface level. I've noticed a lot of anime in the seinen and josei genre don't even focus on people in that age group. I love series like Parasite, Prison School, Kaguya-sama Love is War, Ajin, March Comes in Like a Lion, After the Rain, Chihayafuru, and Paradise Kiss. But all of the main characters are in high school. Why? Okay, there are some seinen and josei anime that don't take place in high school. Monster, Gangsta, Inuyashiki, Jormungand, Aka 13, Wodokoi, Recovery of an MMO Junkie, and Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju all have characters in their late 20s to late 30s. But we're looking for anime with characters in their early 20s, right? Okay, so there's Tokyo Ghoul, Kokoku, Golden Kamui, Black Lagoon, Bungou Stray Dogs, Kaiji, Chobits, Elfen Lied, Shield Hero. None of these have anything to do with people in their early 20s. Where's the campus? The job searching, getting your own place, the parties, studying something that you may not want to pursue, the part where all your friends are getting jobs or even getting married and it seems like they're all leaving you behind. Oh, there you are. Okay, so this isn't exactly a college anime, but characters in their mid-20s. I'll let it slide only because that demographic barely has any series dedicated to them. I'm sorry, 25-year-olds, I'll be feeling your pain soon. Sing Yesterday for me is a realistic take on the lives of people in their mid-20s. The main characters specifically are drifting. Rikuo wants to be a photographer but doesn't know where to start and ends up working part-time at a convenience store to pay the rent. He had a crush on Shinako for the longest time. Shinako seems like she's got everything together with her own place and a full-time job, but she's lonely. She wants to love again, but still has leftover feelings for a guy who's no longer in the picture. Shinako is afraid to love again, and needs to take things slow. Oh yeah, and there's these kids who don't need to be there. Hashtag Haru sucks. Hashtag Team Shinako for the win. It's not a perfect anime. I will agree with the common complaint in that it's pretty freaking slow on the relationship building. Like, I get that Shinako needs time, but dang man, I'm watching an anime, not real life. Can we at least get a date or two before episode 8? Speaking of anime versus real life, I've noticed in the past that whenever I talk about realistic situations in anime, most people complain, wondering why I would want that. It's usually something along the lines of, I watch anime for the epic stories and action and fantasy, not everyday life. Which is something I can understand, but I am a woman of many tastes, and I want all my bases covered. While I certainly love anime like Black Lagoon, I don't want all of my anime to be like Black Lagoon. Same thing goes for Sing Yesterday for me. I just want more anime like it, for when I have that kind of craving. Trust me, I don't want all anime to be like this. If it were, it wouldn't be anime anymore. Just a bunch of J-dramas. Okay, so let's go back to college anime. We do have a handful of series that kind of fit the bill. Starting off with the working genre, you've got New Game, which isn't meant to be realistic. It's just a cute slice of life anime about working at an all-woman video game company. Shirobako is a good one. This has 5 ladies in their early 20s working in the anime industry. It can be hard to get into at first since they throw in a bunch of industry terms, but it's great seeing at least one anime get the chaoticness of your first 9-to-5 job down. But like I said, it's the only one. All the other working series either focus on high schoolers or have 20-year-olds but are just cute slice-of-life mindless comedies. Golden Time is a rom-com turned drama taking place in college. It's not realistic or relatable, but it's fun having an anime take place in college. Like you see them go to wild parties, go to class, driving down to the beach, and all the complicated relationships. Nana is another good drama anime. It stars women in their early 20s trying to get off their feet in the big city. A basic premise, sure, but the characters are just great, and it has a killer soundtrack. Alright, what else? We've got Genshiken, a college anime about an anime club. Oh boy, that's a good one. There's Princess Jellyfish, a josei anime about a bunch of awkward female otaku. Hey, that's me! Run with the Wind is an amazing sports anime that focuses more on drama than the actual sport. This may sound like a disappointment to some of you, but if you're into character-driven stories, then look no further. You know, now that I'm looking at this list, I'm starting to see a pattern. With the very few college anime we have, most of them are slice-of-life comedies or dramas. Why so one note? Bee and Puppycat is certainly not a slice of life or a drama, but still has a bunch of elements that make it relatable. Oh wait, there is one, and literally only one anime that's done this. Eden of the East is an underrated gem. It perfectly combines action and realism by having college graduates struggle to find a job. Cause you have to have experience, but you can't have experience until you get a job, but you can't get a job until you get experience, but you... All in the middle of a survival game. See, college anime doesn't have to be totally realistic. You can still get your fantasy while also adding something that a 22-year-old goes through. Overall, I'm guessing I'm in the minority for this. You never see people requesting for a college anime, and when you look at the seasonal charts, there's almost never a series that has early 20-somethings. It's kind of disappointing. Of course, we can have series like Bungo Stray Dogs, an anime that I deeply love about supernatural hot guys fighting each other, who just so happen to be in their 20s. It's a great anime with fantastic characters who are well written, from their characterization to their development and how they handle certain tasks. Again, I love it. I just want more proper representation for someone like me. Is that too much to ask? What say you? Do you want more college anime, or do you not see a problem? I'd like to give a very special shout out to Giovanni Herrera for donating to my Patreon. If you'd like a very special shout out in the next video, stream, or what have you, then please click on the Patreon link in the description to donate, as well as links to my social media. I'm your female otaku. Sayonara.